With just a month left until we reach the halfway point of 2023, there are still plenty of significant releases to keep us busy in May. We're dying to know which 2023 games have captured your heart and mind. Share your favorites with us in the comments below. But before we jump into the juicy bits, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we've got more exciting game lists coming your way every month, all neatly sorted by release dates. So what's on the menu for May? We've rounded up the top 14 titles that will soon be up for grabs. So let's get started. Age of Wonders 4, developed by Triumph Studios and published by Paradox, is a captivating blend of 4X strategy and turn-based tactical combat set in a fantasy world. For those unfamiliar with the series, the game features a 4X-style overworld map where players explore uncharted territories and a turn-based tactical combat system where they command their individual troops across hexagonal battlefields. Similar to other Paradox games in the Civilization series, the ultimate goal is to dominate the world by achieving military expansion or magic victory. New features include the ability to create a customizable faction, comprising a unique race and ruler, and an event system that shapes the world around the player based on their decisions, thereby enhancing the storytelling experience. While the game can be played solo in single-player mode, it also offers a multiplayer option for playing with or against friends. With a vast array of empires, units, and environments, the game provides almost endless replayability, which is further strengthened by its support for mods. Age of Wonders 4 is a complex game that can easily become addictive and consume dozens of hours of gameplay. It is set to launch on May 2nd for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Redfall is an open-world FPS from Arcane Austin, the award-winning team behind Prey and Dishonored. It's a story-driven action shooter inspired by Far Cry, Stalker, and Borderlands. The story is set in the town of Redfall, which is under siege by a legion of vampires who have blocked out the sun and cut the citizens off from the outside world. To kill vampires in the most efficient way possible known to mankind, you'll have a nice arsenal of specialized weapons, but also some spectacular supernatural powers, and the option to customize your character with different skills and abilities. The recent controversy surrounding the game pertains to the fact that at launch, Redfall will be playable on Xbox consoles only in quality mode, which means it will be available in 4K at 30 FPS on X series and in 1440p at 30 FPS on S series. 60 FPS performance mode will be added at a later date. The game can be played solo in single player or in a team co-op for up to 4 players, which probably looks like an intended way to play the game, to be honest. Even the art director Karen Seegers said that being able to use your powers and tools in interesting combinations, and then layering those with other players with different powers and tools, makes for even more fun and unexpected ways to approach the world of Redfall. Crossplay is also supported from the start, so you can team up with your friends without restriction. Redfall is coming on May 2nd for PC, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox Game Pass. Ravenlok, an action RPG by Coco Cucumber, is the latest addition to the studio's Voxel trilogy, which includes Riverbond, Echo Generation, and now Ravenlok. Taking inspiration from the whimsical world of Alice in Wonderland, Ravenlok's main protagonist finds herself transported to a magical realm ruled by a tyrannical queen. Players will be able to explore this vast world and engage in real-time combat against fierce beasts and formidable monsters, including epic boss encounters. The player's primary weapons consist of swords, shields, as well as a range of magical abilities. In addition to traditional RPG elements like quests, trading, and character progression through skill development, the game offers players a unique voxel-style visual experience, similar to that of Coco Cucumber's other games. This is the final installment in the studio's trilogy using this style. Ravenlok will be released on May 4th on Windows PC, Xbox One, Series X and S, and Game Pass. Darkest Dungeon 2 is a sequel to a popular dungeon crawler from 2016. Like its predecessor, it has the same roguelike structure with turn-based combat. However, there are also a few differences. One of the biggest changes compared to the original is choosing heroes for your party. This time, each hero is unique, which leads to stricter party builds since you can no longer have multiple characters with the same class type. Another major change in Darkest Dungeon 2 is how you explore the game world. There will be 5 distinct regions for you to navigate, each with their own unique creatures and challenges. The stagecoach becomes the primary means of navigation, which is driven manually until you hit a roadblock or encounter a point of interest. And this is when familiar combat starts, with its gritty turn-based team battles. There are some differences here too, like the removal of accuracy stat and a need to take more care of character positioning. Despite some balancing passes and tweaking of old mechanics, the game remains quite challenging, which hardcore fans will appreciate. Darkest Dungeon 2 will launch on Windows PC on the 8th of May. For fans of the Legend of Zelda franchise, the release of Tears of the Kingdom has been a long time coming. As a direct sequel to the acclaimed Breath of the Wild, this latest installment has big shoes to fill, and it looks like it won't disappoint. One of the standout features of Tears of the Kingdom is the addition of floating sky islands to the game world, making it more expansive and immersive than ever before. Nintendo has introduced a range of new traversal mechanics that make it possible for players to navigate these islands with ease, such as controlling Link's fall and using a glider to gracefully descend to the ground. Tears of the Kingdom features the addition of new abilities such as Recall, which allows Link to reverse the movement of objects, and the Ascend ability to pass through ceilings. Crafting has also been expanded with many new items that can now be combined to form more complex contraptions such as land, water, and air vehicles. It's worth noting that the game does come with a higher price tag of $70. While the higher price point may prove to be a barrier for some, the new game mechanics and old yet fresh visuals make it a worthy investment for any Zelda fan. The Outlast Trials, originally set to release in 2021, was delayed twice due to pandemic-related challenges and is now scheduled for release in May 2023. As a spin-off from the first two chapters, the game takes place during the Cold War in an environment characterized by distrust, fear, and violence. Players are subjected to a cruel social experiment that tests their survival skills in high-risk situations. To win, one must either hide or fight enemies while gathering documents that prove the wrongdoing of the notorious Murkoff Corporation. Played from a first-person perspective, players must navigate dark and dangerous environments using night vision cameras while facing constant threats from horrifying enemies. Although the game can be played solo, it is designed with team co-op in mind, allowing up to 4 players to join forces and survive against various monstrosities that chase them down in the trials. Fighting back is not an option, and the best defense is to stun enemies momentarily with a thrown brick. PC players will be able to get their hands on the game on May 18th as part of the early access, but console players will have to wait until the game's full release. LEGO 2K Drive is a highly anticipated racing game based on the LEGO universe set in the thrilling world of Bricklandia. Despite its advertising as a massive open-world game, players won't be able to seamlessly drive through one continuous world. During an interview with VGC, executive producer Mark Pierce disclosed that the game features a fast travel system that links together a series of individual sandboxes known as biomes. Despite the fast travel system, players will retain complete freedom to explore the biomes, customize their vehicles in the garage, and participate in exciting races throughout the game. LEGO 2K Drive offers a range of gameplay modes. Players can embark on the story mode, participate in single races or Cup Series tourneys, or hone their drifting, boosting, and jumping skills in various minigames. Moreover, the game supports both local and online co-op and PvP modes, allowing players to compete with or against their friends and enjoy the game's destructive environments together. LEGO 2K Drive will be available for purchase on May 19th for a variety of platforms, including PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch. If you're finding this video helpful and think others will too, we'd appreciate it if you could help us spread the word by smashing the like button. Inkbound is a turn-based roguelike from the indie studio Shiny Shoe, the creators of 2020's hit Monster Train. Inkbound takes many of Monster Train's best ideas and combines them with a brand new world full of dangerous and wacky magic. Players form teams to investigate the Athenaeum and its many hidden worlds in an MMO-like environment. As expected from a roguelike, each playthrough brings its own set of surprises and difficulties. With hundreds of items and upgradable abilities, players will need to reevaluate their current builds and strategies. Despite the turn-based nature of combat, players are free to roam the world at will when not engaged in battle. Those who choose to explore Inkbound on their own can do so, of course. However, the developers stress cooperative play as the optimal way to enjoy the game. The Athenaeum serves as the gathering place for the players. After that, groups of up to 4 players can start opening books and getting into the stories. In these stories, players encounter unique dangers and unlock different paths to level up their characters. Inkbound is a PC-only title and coming in early access on May 22nd. After Us is an intriguing indie title that takes players on a journey through a stunning abstract world. From dying forests to the heart of urban decay, the game paints a sorrowful picture of a world shattered by the destructive influence of mankind. Players must face the challenges of each environment head-on, with different versions of the Devourer's wake of destruction. As Gaia, the spirit of life, they must save the souls of extinct animals. She will utilize her impressive traversal abilities to glide, jump, and dash through each level, all while avoiding deadly traps. Her unique gifts will provide players with the power to clear oil that has taken over the world, face off against hungry devourers, and break souls free, spreading life and beauty on their path. This indie platformer is set for release on May 23rd for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Amnesia: The Bunker is a first-person horror game that takes place during World War I. You take on the role of a French soldier who becomes trapped in a German bunker, with an unkillable monster stalking the corridors. Because the creature prefers the darkness, keeping the generator in the bunker running is your best bet for survival. The lights, however, only slow the creature, and you must shoot it to temporarily scare it away. Your objective is to find explosives and a detonator to blow open the bunker entrance and escape, but how you accomplish this is entirely up to you. The game will attempt to make this more difficult by randomizing the locations of certain items. Most problems in the bunker appear to have multiple solutions, rewarding players who try new things while staying within the bounds of the established rules. Overall, the bunker resembles a massive escape room and is more stressful than frightening due to the numerous systems that make it difficult to keep track of everything while fending off the unkillable monster. Amnesia: The Bunker will be released on May 23rd for PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Series X and S. Possibly a sleeper hit for this month, Miasma Chronicles is a tactical combat RPG set in a post-apocalyptic version of the United States that has been torn apart by a savage force known only as the Miasma. The game drops you into a world rich with depth that you can explore in real time. There's a central hub and other branching areas that you can fast travel to. A pivotal character is a young man named Elvis, who was left by his mother in the care of a robotic older brother named Diggs. Along the way, he and Diggs will be joined by Jade, and together they'll embark on a quest through a post-apocalyptic wasteland to uncover the answers they seek. What is unique about Elvis is that he was given a mysterious glove with which he can control the miasma. Combat takes a turn-based approach and demands strategic thinking. Characters use weapons that can be upgraded, but their talents are equally vital in specific fights and can be switched without penalty at any time. However, you can customize several settings to fine-tune the intensity and difficulty of the battles, such as narrative mode, which allows you to enjoy a more relaxed playthrough that emphasizes the game's story. The developers intend for exploration to be a central part of the experience, full of challenges and exciting rewards. Luckily, the incredibly detailed environment looks super cool, so you won't mind devoting some time to discovering its secrets. Miasma Chronicles will be released on May 23rd for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Above Snakes is a survival game set in a Wild West world that's overrun by zombies. You play as Ayala, a young heroine who has to explore isometric tiles depicting different biomes such as deserts, farmlands, forests, and lakes to scavenge for resources to survive. You'll need to craft tools and weapons, fish, cook meals, and hunt animals to stay alive. The game features an intuitive base building system that lets you fully customize your home, including building a workbench to unlock leatherworking and tailoring skills. To ensure your long-term survival, you can cultivate a diverse range of crops in your garden plots. In Above Snakes, there may come a time when you need to fight for your life. Whether you're scavenging for supplies or defending your base, there is a relatively simple combat system that allows you to employ a combination of melee and ranged weapons to defend yourself against zombies and other threats, all while expertly evading their strikes. You can also team up with a wolf companion who can assist you by fetching items and uncovering hidden objects through digging. And as a bonus, there are merchants selling all sorts of things to help you get ready for the challenges ahead. You can check out these and other exciting features of Above Snakes on May 25th, when it becomes available on Steam. Set against the backdrop of the Fellowship of the Ring, The Lord of the Rings Gollum is a thrilling action-adventure and immersive interactive experience. Players will take on the role of Gollum and embark on a perilous journey to discover how he escaped evil's clutches, encountering familiar characters from the books, some fresh faces, and well-known locations along the way. Gollum's gameplay is a fusion of fundamental platforming elements, blending the vast world of the Fellowship of the Ring with Assassin's Creed-inspired stealth sequences and Tomb Raider-esque ledge-to-ledge platforming. Players will be able to sneak, climb, jump, and wall run, but they cannot attack enemies directly. Basically, when faced with danger, you gotta get creative and come up with alternative ways to avert danger by sneaking behind enemies before taking them down. As players navigate through the game, they must contend with Smeagol, Gollum's original persona from half a millennium ago. They will have the power to choose whether Gollum or Smeagol takes control during crucial decision-making moments. The Lord of the Rings Gollum is coming to PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Series X and S on May 23rd. The Switch version will be released at a later date. System Shock is a remake of a classic horror game from '94 that inspired other popular titles like Dishonored, Prey, and BioShock. You play as the hacker who wakes up from a coma and finds that Shodan, the AI controlling the Citadel space station, has gone rogue. The game takes you through a terrifying journey as you uncover the fate of the mutated crew and hostile robots. The developers put a lot of love into this remake, adding some sweet quality-of-life improvements to make it easier to play without losing any of the freaky moments. It's still a tough game though. You'll need to scavenge for ammo and think carefully about how you approach each encounter, or you'll end up dying a lot. One thing that's kind of cool is that the graphics have this retro vibe to them, with low-res environments and props that break down into pixels when you get close. But with modern lighting, it has a unique look all its own. And finally, the original voice actor for Shodan came back to reprise the role and give you nightmares all over again. If you're interested, mark your calendars for May 30th to experience this remake for yourself. We compile lists of top games every month, and we hope you enjoyed our selection for the month of May. If you found the video helpful, we'd love to hear from you. Hit the like button, subscribe if it's your first time here, and leave a comment to let us know what kind of games you like best. If we missed any titles or there's some game you're looking forward to, please share that too. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you up in the next one.